I wanted to have an area for little specimen bottles, I think. I think there will be room in there for that. And what I was thinking, so see, I was planning ahead. I got a piece of this black cardstock, heavy cardstock. And what I thought I would do is create little stretchy cords to hold the bottles in so they can be removed and then slipped back in. I just want to sort of mark where I want these bottles to sit. So if I had one about there and there, and then I have this little short bottle, maybe there. So I thought I can do several things. I punched some reinforcement holes, and I could punch a hole and then take some stretchy elastic and make like little holders to hold it in. Or I could use some sort of twine to hold it in. Just tie it in, which would not be as practical for taking them in and out, but would look cooler. I could also eyelet situation in lieu of the reinforcers. Do you see my predicament? I like the dark green ones. Might look kind of cool. I'm gonna do little elastic bands to slip the bottles in, but what I'll do to kind of mimic what I was wanting to do is I will take some of this twine and I'll tie it around the neck of the bottle to give it a little more of a textural element. Let's do that, and let me get my stuff together and I will punch these holes. And I need to find the center, but I'll do that on the reverse side. I'm going to mark a 1/4 inch on either side, and that way I'll know where to put the holes. And I suppose this could also be made out of leather. That would probably look kind of cool too. This can go inside this section here. This piece of elastic is about 3 inches long. Just need enough to where it just be barely snug to hold around the edge of the bottle to keep it from slipping out. So that should be adequate. I'm wondering if I should just sew those closed, because that would probably hold better. Don't you think? You're like, sure, Nick, sure. Whatever. I picked the dullest needle in the whole pack here. What I will do is I will put a stitch through the ends, overlapped, and then put a stitch through it. And then I will also put a dot of glue underneath as well. So we'll have double security for keeping that in. So there is folded over and then a stitch through it, and then I'll put a dot of glue also. I think that probably be sufficient. Famous last words. No. If that comes loose, I'll eat my hat. If I had a hat. Okay, now I will make 2 more. Looks a mess on the back, but that doesn't matter. So on this side, I think what I want to do I have some of that wool felt, and I want to fold it over the top edges, kind of like headbands, kind of, sort of, at the top and at the bottom. But I'm going to put a stitch across either end or one end so that it'll show some stitching. I'm not going to stitch it to the paper. I'm just going to make some stitches in the felt to make it look like there's stitches through the paper. My glue. I'm going to hold this up to the measuring thing, and I'm going to put glue just on the top, I don't know, about a half an inch or a little less maybe. And I'll line this up. And I'll do the same on this end. You hear that strange thudding noise? That's the little gas wall furnace I have in here. It's very cold today. I think it got down to 3 degrees last night, something along those lines. And I have no idea what the temperature is at this moment, but it's supposed to warm up after this, I think. The old wall furnace had to be turned on. The pilot light had to be lit or I would freeze. My took us off in here. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it over to, I don't know, make it be almost the same height as the book, and I'll trim it off in the back. So it's about right there. Grab a thunk. Sounds like I'm in a submarine. I had Netflix on earlier. I wouldn't say I watch shows so much as I listen to them. If I'm working or answering emails or something like that, I'll listen to something. And there's a remake of Rebecca, the classic book Rebecca. I never read the book, which I'm surprised I hadn't. And I'm trying to decide if I like the remake or not, but I never saw the original one, so I don't know if I'm one to judge. I'm getting a very strong Jane Eyre vibe, which I have read. And Wuthering Heights, and I read those. And then this one get turned under this side like this, so it just barely peeks up. Put this here. X marks the spot. So I will let you know if I like it or not. The story's good. I know the premise of the story, even though I've never read the book. I should read the book. Should read the book before I watch the movie, but too late now. Fold that over. And the reason why I wanted to do this was because the eyelets and the elastic stick up a little bit. They create some bulk, which is fine because the spine has plenty of room to absorb that in the hollow of the spine. But I wanted to create something that when I put this spine piece in here, that you won't be able to see down the back of the spine to see the workings underneath. So I'm going to go ahead and attach this, I think, and that will probably be it for the day because I have taken up way too much of your time already. So speaking of classics, if you have a favorite, let me know. I'd be interested to hear your favorites, what you guys like, whether it's a movie or a book that was made into a movie or a book that was never made into a movie, just a book, a classic of some kind. Let me know what it is that you guys like. We need to have a favorites video where we talk about favorites for, well, there's all kinds of favorites because there's favorite foods and favorite music and favorite days or months or seasons or that kind of thing. So all kinds of things that when we don't feel good or maybe we're out of sorts for one reason or another, that there are different things that we go to that are comforting. Whether it's food or a book or a movie, there are things that you tend to go back to. I think it's like putting comfort into your environment. So it's not just food, but it's other things that you relate to a comforting, non-stressful time, whether it was childhood or just a time in your life where things were, going along swimmingly. Because we all have those times where it all falls apart, right? Because that's life. That's the fun part. Okay, it's not fun. We might as well have our escapes. Maybe that's a good question to ask. Is that since we're at home for the most part, perhaps we don't have a job right now. If you have kids, maybe they are at school, doing school at home. Maybe they're not. Maybe they get to go and do some in-class schooling too. There's all kinds of things right now that are a lot of upheaval in our lives, whatever that may be, whatever form that may take in your life. So tell me, I am interested to know, what are your fallbacks to put some sort of comfort back in your life? Is it food or is it music that you put on that kind of erases the bad stuff out of the day? Is it a TV show or a movie that you can turn on just to hear it because it's comforting, because you relate it to a time when things weren't so stressful? It alters your environment a little bit, maybe, so that maybe it doesn't seem quite so real. A little bit of an escape, whether it's just a little mental vacation. Let me know if there's something that you do that brings comfort to you when you need it most. You see how that little bit of wool felt peeks out at the top and the bottom. It's just interesting to have a little bit of texture hanging out somewhere. And then these little bottles, wherever it is that I put the rest of the, here they are. They're hiding behind the glue. Go in there and can go in here. We have little bottles of things. Then I can tie twine around them if I feel like it. Just something that you can put in the spine since we're going to have room, because look at that. There is all kinds of room in there for those bottles. All kinds of room. Just scads of room. What I will do on this, I will locate something to put as closures. I have some little Velcro circles somewhere, but I am the queen of hiding things from myself, only to find them when they are no longer needed, because that's what I do all the time. I am good at that. If I am good at nothing else, I am good at hiding stuff from myself. And then this one too will have some kind of a little, I don't know. I'll figure it out. I will save that for next time, and we will decide on that perhaps together. We are able to attach this little folder, and I left it open so that things could be put inside here, but also, of course, still this big slip pocket back there. We're able to put these little pockets on that will hold different tools. Also the pen holder that was attached with the brad on that, and our little magnet. And then this spine piece that holds specimen bottles in place or whatever you want to put there. You can put all kinds of things in the spine because there's all kinds of room. Next time, what we will probably do, I'm going to presume, is I will put something here. And I'm not finished with this side and underneath this accordion envelope flippity flap. I still have not decided what's going to happen over here or here for that matter. I think it is coming along swimmingly. It is definitely different than the last lap book. I think it's different in a good way. It's just different. The last one was cool too. This one is going to be maybe for bulkier things than just ephemera and papers. This will be for all kinds of things. And I also have the little hitch fasteners that will go here. And I still have to poke holes in the little straps to go over the top. So we'll do that later too, but we are gonna do that. But we did good today. If you are making something similar in size and in theme or elements, then I hope this has helped a little bit, give you some ideas about what it is that you want to do next. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with little old me today. I really appreciate it. And hello to all the new people. There's been quite a few new people that have shown up lately. So welcome. Welcome to my crazy little world. I hope you find something useful. It's good to have you around. I'm going to get back to work. I am working on that concept journal that I told you I've been working on for a year. It's going to be different. So hopefully that will be coming up soon too. Everybody, you all have a great day. I will see you all really, really soon in the next video. Bye, guys.